Good.
All right, Mr. Godwin, you are the decoy technician for the Duck Commanders. I got that right?
Yeah.
I call you Mr. Godwin or John or just Godwin?
Godwin. Phil calls everybody by his last name.
All right. So
if they call you by your first name, look out.
It means they probably don't like you.
Right.
I want to talk to you just a little bit about duck decoys.
All right.
So, classic J hook spread. Does it work? Does it look like a J from the air?
Well, we usually, yeah, you're right. It's kind of an odd situation the way that look is.
Mm-hmm.
By the time the ducks get to us down here, we got to be mistake free. So we just noticed by when we go out and scout and we look for ducks and we see how they sitting on the water. That's kind of what we do. We got like a 4 or 5 foot rule,
Mm-hmm.
enough that the wind won't bang them together, and we just throw everybody every which way. Now we do put the tail a little bit closer to us, and we do put the bulk of them upwind from our position, you know, because ducks light into the wind and they're gonna light right before they get to them.
Right.
So we do put the bulk of them, but they're just scattered out. There's no J hook or, you know, there is a when you bulk them up like that upwind, you are creating, in fact, a wall from the stop.
They're going to kind of, they're going to kind of work the edges.
But they're basically, when you look at wild ducks out there.
Talking about that wall, you're sitting there in the duck blind and you got your decoys out. You think they look good. Ducks are working them and they just keep lighting wide. Just keep lighting wide outside the spread. They're not finishing all the way. What's the first thing you're going to check?
You're going to check wind direction. Why are they doing that? First, if the wind's right where you're at and they're still doing that, you just pick everybody up and go over there.
Yeah, I got you. All right, decoy bags. Y'all use decoy bags? Do y'all use slotted or net bags? Or?
Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. It just depends. If we got a bunch of them and we got time, we're usually in a rush because we're going and we're picking decoys up after our hunt, and we're taking people to the bank, letting them get on the rigs and get going. And sometimes we just throw them in the boat, but because we're moving, getting ready for the next day there.
Yeah, I got you. Well, how's a guy keep his decoys in decent looking shape over the long haul of the season? I mean, duck hunting's rough. You throwing stuff around in the boat, just like you say, but you know, good looking decoys do go a long ways.
Right, that's right. That's what you want. You can cut that in. Yeah, decoy bags does help. I mean, it's good because if you don't put them in a bag, you're constantly dunking them and scraping and washing. And so you want them to look real, you know.
We know a Louisiana swamp is not really known for having gin clear water.
That's right.
So, you know, when you've got a decoy that's nasty at the end of the day and you throw it out there and you look at it and you're like, man, it looks like a mud ball out there. What do you guys do to keep them clean? You wipe them off? You put any Armor All or anything on them? Or
we have done that before. We put some Armor All on the heads to make the heads shine a little bit on them green heads.
You guys can probably afford to just buy new decoys when you need to, huh?
We got a pretty good supply of them.
So, tell me about wing spinners. It's a lightning rod, man. Should they, you know, different WMAs are outlawing them. Some states are outlawing them. Some people like them. Some people don't.
Yeah.
What's Godwin think? Does Godwin like wing spinners?
Flight days, I like them.
Yeah.
We tend, but we've started doing, and I probably ought not tell this, but we've started hiding them. Like if we're on a wood line and your decoys is kind of in the open, but we'll put the spinners behind us, so they're in the woods, or we'll put them under buckbrush, real low to the water.
Yeah.
And they can see the flapping.
Kind of looks like a duck on the water splashing.
They can't really see them.
Yeah.
So they're kind of coming, well, I don't know what that is. That's something different, but it's been working.
They gotta study it a little bit.
But they tend to work better on flight days than they do after you get some ducks localized and get some. You got to pick them up then. But flight days are killer.
So, last duck season, and I'm gonna tell you a story. Something with my little brother. He's a pretty big hunter, but just kind of getting into duck hunting. And we had a teal spread out there, and had a green wing come land in the decoys, and he water swatted it and took out about half a dozen of my decoys, brand new decoys. Now I see there's a Gadwall decoy, it's got a hole on the top of its head. You know, what is you're taking somebody new, you don't want to scare them obviously. What's the proper reaction to it?
Ain't new. Yeah, that's that right there keep floating.
Yeah.
But I have had a little tube, you can buy a little tube of silicone for quick. You can do that. But
is it it's never really polite to yell about it, is it?
I do, but it don't do no good. I mean, hey, you can kill 6.
Yeah, yeah.
And I ain't heard nobody talking with their mouth full. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.